Yeah.
Where's he?
On my bagging, dude. Oh, the water's so cold, dude. Oh. That right there is a brown trout. Bye bye, little buddy. What's going on, guys? So we're doing something a little different today. I'm not gonna tell you what we're filming or who we're filming for just yet, but I can tell you that it has to do with extremely small water trout, brown trout. Sorry, not a trout guy, as you can tell. But I got a hat now, so maybe I'm like partial trout guy, partial trout fly guy. This is really unique. I mean, you know, Josh called me up a few weeks ago and said he had an idea for a project, and it was pretty evident right away that he was passionate about what this whole thing is, and not many people really know about it, and it's mostly that's just kind of best kept that way. So I'm extremely thankful that that he let me tag along, and we're able to capture something like this. And I mean, we had like 6 trout within the first, I don't know, what, 15 minutes. We're just gonna keep going. We're probably what, a quarter of the way up? Quarter of the way up? Yeah. A lot more fish to catch. We're gonna keep getting her done. So until we come back again. So we're about to do something actually kind of cool here. What'd you call it? Redemption?
The redemption hole.
Redemption hole. So Jake, I guess, has lost or hooked up with like 2, not giants, but giants maybe? Giants?
The same giant.
The same giant
2 different
twice.
times, one on the fly, one on the spin.
So we're about to fish that little section now. It's actually kind of, the story's gonna be incorporated into the short film we're shooting, which is gonna be really cool. And we're gonna see if this kid can execute. No pressure or anything. Huh?
It's personal now.
It's personal.
Go into that ground. I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. When I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. From the rubble, what do I see? There's a whole damn army.
Unfortunately, Jake did not hook into that fish, although we caught like 3 or 4 out of that same little piece of structure. Just no big ones, right? Not the big one that he was waiting for that was haunting him, so to speak. So we're gonna keep going. I mean, just look at some of this. This is probably one of the most unattractive spots we've been to so far, yet it's still absolutely gorgeous. Like, got the bluffs here. It's just absolutely pretty. So gonna keep going. Probably about halfway through our walk, so I got to be careful where I'm walking because there's literally holes everywhere, right? And I also got the camera in hand. And but anyway, check out this little spot. It's like something out of a little movie, dude. You can tell we are in southern parts of the state because, you know, bluff walls like that, unless you go up north, way north, aren't very common. So I mean, look at it. You could actually sit underneath here if you really wanted to. Got Josh and Jake in front of us. They're killing it. Pretty sure we already have like 15 fish already netted, but that's not good enough for these guys, I guess. They want like a 18, 19?
2-0 is the goal.
2-0?
Absolutely. 20 fish and a 20-incher. But this little hole we're about to roll up on right now is nasty. It's super tight, but there's usually a trout in there. Let's figure it out.
Just got my drone in the air. This whole canopy here, we flew all the way inside of it. It was absolutely bad to the bone. And now I gotta figure out how to cross this branch without like drowning because it's deep, it looks like. Camera in one hand, camera in the other hand. Walking in waders, no big deal, right? And we made it. Unreal. And this is why I love Minnesota. This is an entire valley field that this little creek runs through. I just cannot get over this place. This truly is something special. Probably big bucks around here at some point in time, but I was just gonna touch on some of the things that, you know, I've never been on a shoot like this where it's small water, right? Where like you're only you only have 8 to 10 feet to work with in a river, if that. So for one, I think it's really easy to make everything look the same because there's a lot of things that are busy. The more you switch out lenses, the more you try different angles, just the more diverse the stream will look. Obviously there's parts in the stream that look and feel differently, like waterfalls or little things like that, but for the most part, just consistently swapping lenses out and consistently trying to find new ways to draw off virtually the same thing was definitely key. So far this shoot's going great. Both Josh and Jake are killing it. They're catching a bunch of fish. I'm gonna switch arms here. Little GoPro gets heavy after a while, so gonna keep going. Like, look at this prairie, absolutely gorgeous. You can't make some of this stuff up. So gonna keep going. Gonna wrap this shoot up today, probably 3 or 4 hours. I think we're going back for lunch in a little bit, and then gonna come back out to do a second half. Right now, honestly, all we need is some close-ups of fish and possibly some new scenery, if stuff like this. But really confident with what we got going on so far. So let's keep going. Cut in here to meet up with the guys. I'm sure I believe you're on my property. It was a good one, eh? You win some, you lose some. Oh, jeez. That's a cliff. To today, yes, I'm wearing different clothes. It is a different day. What happened yesterday is we got into a flurry of fish, and we had to film it, and there wasn't a lot of time for the vlog, and then it got late, and then I had to rush back to the cities, and long story short, we're on day 2. And we're just getting some close-ups. This is one of the companies on board for this film. Make a bunch of knife sharpeners. So far this thing's been bad to the bone. I definitely gotta figure out how I can get one of these. But Jake's ready to go.
Big bar?
Yeah, dude. Fig bar. All about the fig bar. Pond with the fig bar.
Let me in, for I get way too adamant about it. Love the way you shiver, dig into my shoulder blades, feel it when you quiver. Higher level elevate, you could be the
2:30, no, 3 o'clock this morning till what time is it, guys? Like 7, like
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8.
Something. I don't know. I haven't looked.
And we're trout fishing. Just a couple of guys trout fishing.
Last time I was here, there was some trout.
This is just some trout bum we picked up off the street. Said he liked trout fishing, so we figured he'd tag along. Jake's the real star of the show.
These guys said they had some trout, so I decided to tag along.
Tag along. No, it's been a good morning, a productive morning. Some of the drone shots we got this morning of the truck and this little like bluff area we're in were absolutely gorgeous. Knock on wood, Sam hasn't dropped his camera in the water yet. And watch this. I'm gonna be filming Amber. He's gonna give me an arm. Oh. Hey, teamwork makes the dream work. That's all I'm saying. It's like you're the Statue of Liberty or something.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So we just got one of the interviews done, one to go. Then we're going to try and grab one of these suckers to fry up. We got a whole little skillet, propane tank, little stove top. We're gonna have a little fry out by the river, maybe even up by the truck. That's gonna kind of be one of the ending scenes in this whole thing. One thing that's been really neat is one of the narratives of this whole thing is that these two only get to spend so much time together out the summer, whenever. Jake goes UMD. Josh is just old, so I mean he's just
Go dogs.
Go dogs, he said. Anyway, it was super cool to hear like kind of their story and what this place means to them. So that's really neat, and that's going to kind of be the baseline, in much fancier words, but of this whole little thing. I mean, that's why we're doing this, because it's a really unique place. So gonna keep going and enter sick footage of Jake over there catching a megalodon freak giant.
Hey, I'm just gonna act surprised like everybody else.
Camden got the sauce, yeah.
We did it! I knew we could. Yeah, thank God we did it. I knew we could.
All right, so that's almost a wrap. I'm not quite calling it yet, gentlemen, because we have a couple more things to do yet still. But for the most part, we just ended the last kind of fishing segment here with we harvested a fish, right? So these guys have been fishing us all summer long. Typically our 100% catch and release, but because it's their last trip out here before he goes back to school, he's harvesting. We're harvesting the fish. We're gonna cook it up, and that's gonna be actually part of the video. But we got like what, 80 yards, 100 yards,
100 yards,
100 yards left, and this guy's gonna try and catch a freaking brown trout. Never caught a brown trout, so this should be good. We'll see if can make it happen.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I'm ain't bagging, dude. I'm ain't bagging. Can I hold him up for the camera?
Hold him down a little bit in the water. Oh, all right, raise him up real quick. Sorry.
Up, down. Oh, the water's so cold, dude. Oh. That right there is a brown trout. Bye bye, little buddy. Dudes.
Nice work.
Dudes. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Hell of a way to conclude a trip. I kind of want another one.
There you go.
I've been wobbling like the beat does. I got a whole lot of problem, but I know he love me. Just like this, I come like this. The NRA stuck to my gun like this. Come out and play. Rain, would you please come back on another day? Alright, I can't sing. Well, don't that sting? That's why I keep the auto-tune on deck. But lately I've been thinking my flaws are something that's fresh. Hope I get the benefit of the doubt. I need a minute just to figure this out. Hold up.
End the video. We're out.